strength, leadership, power, authority, guidance, patience are God's gift to us as men. We have to cherish that, not abuse it. I prayed this morning to be a better listener. Didn't work so well. We're human. You get back up. Yes, I've been high up on the mountain. I've been blessed. But that's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
And it's lonely up there.
Yeah.
You know, people don't know that side of it. We did not come this far to just break down and lose now. I'm a winner. I'm going to win. True desire in the heart, that itch that you have, whatever it is you want to do, that thing that you want to do to help others and to grow and to make money, that desire, that itch, that's God's proof to you, sent beforehand already to indicate that it's yours. Aspire to make a difference.
So you are what you are in this world. That's either one or two things. Either you're somebody, or you're nobody.
Welcome back to another exciting, effective living conversation. Happy New Year's to each and every one of you guys. We have made it over. You heard me correctly. You are now in a new year. And here's one of the things that I teach. A new year is an opportunity to begin again. So no matter how difficult 2023 was, guess what you can say? God's blessed me with a new year, and a new year gives you an opportunity to start again. This morning, we're continuing our series of interviews talking about strategies on how to win. I have a gentleman who is no stranger to providing strategies and helping people to win. I want to welcome to Effective Living for the first time, Aaron. How are you doing, my friend?
Man, I'm doing great. What an amazing start to this new year. I'm so glad to be with you guys. This is a new opportunity to believe again, to dream again, and to make all things new. Thank you for having me.
Man, I'm excited about this new year. I'm excited about the opportunity that this year will bring for partnership with myself, along with my company, and even engaging and tapping into the services that you provide. You're an amazing leader. Tell our viewing audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a personality strategy expert and a coach. And what we do is that we host events throughout the year, actually coming up in just a month. We're having our first mastermind in Dallas. Typically, we host our beginning of the year mastermind in Orlando, Florida, but we wanted to bring it home. And I'm from Dallas, Fort Worth, and we hadn't done any events here in Dallas. And so what we do is that we empower leaders to identify what are the growth patterns that we need to create in order to make this year your most effective year. You know, I wholeheartedly believe in goals.
Okay. Yeah.
If we have a goal to make $5 million on December 30th, December 31st, we could go to the casino. I could give you a call, Ricardo, or you could give me a call and I ask you or you ask me, hey, how much have you made? I said, well, only fallen short. I'm a little short of my goal. But I'm going to the casino to test my luck. And if I call you on January 1st of next year, I say, guess what? I met my goal. Man, that's great. But did you necessarily grow? I believe in goals. I believe in writing the vision, making it plain, so that way those who see it, and I consider those who see it myself. I'm looking right. I'm in my office, in my study, at home, and I have my plan for growth right in front of me. It's in my eye gate. So every time I look up, it's right there. I believe in writing the vision and making it plain. But I believe in not just writing the vision and making it plain, but also having a customized, unique plan that best suits my personality style so that way I could grow. I believe that you have to grow there before you ever go there.
So good, so good. Listen, Aaron, there are a lot of people, they want this year to be a great year for them. Unfortunately, they've heard the word strategy, but they have not adopted it for themselves. They work at a company, they've been involved in different projects where they see strategies at work. How important is it for personal strategy to be implemented in one's growth plan?
Strategies and systems, I believe, are the key that separates the good from the best. You could have great skill, you can have great work ethic, you can have great surrounding resources or even a great team around you. But absence from a strategy, if a strategy is not in place, then chances are very likely that you, your team, those that you lead, and those that are the fit within your organization, sometimes even family, are going to be frustrated because there isn't a proven strategy, there isn't a proven system to arrive at the final destination. I heard Les Brown say this, and I've adopted it for myself. He said, there is no secret to success, but there's a system to success. Strategies are the system to success.
So good. So good. Ladies and gentlemen, today, Happy New Year's to each and every one of you. We're so glad you're taking some time to join us. And you know what? There's so much happening on the World Wide Web today because everybody's excited about a new year, but you've decided to stop and connect with effective living. And I'm glad you did because we're doing a series of talks on how to start your year right. Now, I believe that all of us are wanting to win. Okay, I'm wanting to win. I want to get everything that I can out of this year. Now, I have my friend here. This guy is the best of the best. He does what he does at the very basic to ensure that all of the facet to which you need to win will set you up to win. Aaron, tell our viewing audience a little bit about your company and how long you guys have been helping people and some of the things you guys do through your services that you offer.
We've been in full operation since 2015, almost a decade. And what we do is that we put together 3 high impact, high intense, high content events per year using a system that we say that separates and puts you in the top 1%. It's called personality-based strategies. We help the audience, we help the attendees to be able to quickly identify the behavioral pattern of their ideal client, of whoever it is that they're working with, of their coworkers, of their team members, or even their family members. And we arm you with the exact words to use in order to best connect with them. Because the whole end in mind in communication isn't to get my point across. If I were to stand up and if I were to say, listen to me, I have something to say to you, I am communicating, but I probably lost most of you. Let's bring it back. The whole basis, the end in mind of communication is connection. And we arm you with a proven system, a proven strategy to be able to quickly identify, okay, this is a predominant behavioral pattern of who's just come in the room. This is a predominant behavioral pattern of the prospect, of the client, of my team member, of those that I'm leading, or even those that I'm following. So by identifying that, then you'll be armed with the exact words to use in order to establish a deep-rooted connection. As a result, we like to say this, as a result, it turns casual browsers, if it's in a sales situation, It turns casual browsers into loyal and consistent buyers. If you're in a corporate or a team environment, what we say that it does is that it provides you the best tools and the best resources to not only acquire or attain the best team members, but also to retain the best team members. You know, in 2020, 2021, we heard the term quiet quitting. We heard that term quiet quitting. And what quiet quitting was is that in the US and corporate America, 47 million Americans left the workforce. They left their job. They left their employer.
Wow.
49% of them said that the purpose that they left their employer, that they left their company, was because they were not being empowered with tools and resources. What we do with our organization, what we do with our training and our coaching and our events is that we help decision makers, we help entrepreneurs, we help business leaders to identify, okay, this is who I'm working with. And this is the best way according to their unique personality style. This is the best method. This is the proven way to effectively connect with them.
So good. Right. Listen, I have to ask you this, okay, Aaron? I have to ask you this. When you look at what you do and the service you guys provide, you know, what role does self-awareness plays in the journey of personal development and leadership growth? I mean, there are so many people who haven't really dived into that. What do you say?
If self-awareness is not a part of your personal growth and development, then what you're doing, and I just so happen to have this right here at my desk, and the way that you're leading is that you're leading from a position of being blind.
Wow. Wow.
I truly believe this. You have to know yourself in order to grow yourself. You have to know your own strengths. That comes with understanding the strengths of your personality style. You have to know your weaknesses. You have to understand the potential blind spots or weaknesses of your own personality style. You have to understand and be honest and truthful with yourself, with the opportunities and threats that your personality style brings.
Yeah.
You know, I was in a place leading teams. I actually, at this point in time, prior to my 40th birthday, I had two organizations, two companies. One was I was the founder of a church. We were drawing in people. We were on national television. We were on the local Fox network here in Dallas, Fort Worth, and people were coming in to our church. But as fast as they were coming in was as fast as they were leaving. We had billboards out, and they were being drawn in from the media, from the attention, from the marketing materials that we were putting out. That was taking place in our church. But what also was taking place simultaneously in my businesses was the same thing that was taking place in our church. We were drawing in the best team members. We're drawing in the best volunteers, but as fast as they were coming in was as fast as they were leaving. And throughout my time, the first 8 years that I was leading these organizations, I was blaming everybody else. I was saying, oh, it's, you know, in our church, I would use terminology. I would use these terms. Oh, they just can't handle the glory.
Yeah.
They just can't. They're just unwilling to pay the price.
Yeah.
Or maybe something like this. They just don't want to be accountable. That was what I was saying about our church folk. But what about with our team members in our businesses? Oh, no, what? They're just uncommitted.
Yeah.
They're just not willing to give it their all. But something occurred here, talking about self-awareness, Ricardo.
Yeah.
On my 40th birthday, I was frustrated because there was a great angst. There was a great angst, a dis-ease on the inside of me. And when I woke up on my 40th birthday to brush my teeth, what happened is that I looked at myself in the mirror. Self-awareness. I did not expect my 40th birthday to start off this way, but this is what happened. And I asked myself this question. And I did it just like this. And I pointed at myself as I looked in the mirror. And I said, Aaron, if you continue to go down the same path at the same pace, will you fulfill your true God given potential? Because up until that point in time, Ricardo, I had been blaming everybody else for this large gap that was occurring between where I believed that I was supposed to be at by this time and where I was currently at. Up until my 40th birthday, I truly believed that I was created to make a greater impact than what I was making. I believe that I was created to have a greater influence than what I had. But it was being rerouted and it was being deterred because I had not looked at myself in the mirror. And I was honest and truthful with myself at this point in time.
So good. Yeah.
And with uncontrollable tears running down my face, I answered myself. And I said, no, I won't. See, insanity is to continue to do what it is that you're doing. And this is a great point in time, the beginning of the year, to look at ourselves in the mirror.
Yeah.
Insanity is to continue to do what it is that you're doing and expect to get different results. My friend that you're watching, if you are going to do what it is that you've been doing, and if you expect to get different results just because the page on the calendar turned, and just because it's a new day, it's a new month and a new year, it's not going to happen until we make a decision to do something different. And what I decided to do, because at that point in time, my destiny was at stake. Remember, we're talking about self-awareness.
Yeah.
Is that I made the decision to invest in a coaching program.
So
Why a coaching program? Because I believe that the most effective way to cultivate and develop your leadership skills and to bridge that gap between where you're currently at and where you have destined or you desire to go is by investing in a coach that has proven systems and strategies that they've already have tested, that they've already done the split test, and they've already determined, okay, this is what I'm using and this is what's working for me. See, a coaching program is a shortcut. It's a shortcut. When someone invests in our coaching program, what I tell them is, no, what I expect for you to get from this point to this point by the end of the year, and you're going to be about 5 to 7 years ahead of where I was at this present time.
Yeah.
And we see that. Why does that happen? Because you're imparting into your coaching clients, Ricardo, the shortcut process that you've already tested to make sure that it works because it's working for you.
Yeah, sure is.
And I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, okay, because my destiny is at stake, I'm going to have to dig a little bit deeper in my pocket, because if I don't, then be honest with you, the ultimatum, people have asked me, have heard this story and have asked me, what was the ultimatum? What was the other end if you didn't? I said, you don't want to know. No, tell me. I had already made a plan that I was going to take my life.
Wow.
Why? I've never been depressed. I've always been very cheerful, very happy-go-lucky, very positive, more of the glass is half full versus the glass is half empty. But that dis-ease that was on the inside, if I don't,
Mm.
then I won't fulfill my purpose.
Wow.
And I took that giant step. And now we're 9 years later. I tell people, I said, if I would have known at the beginning that I would be investing, I just bought into a coaching program this year, right before this call. I just said yes, gave my credit card. Why? Because I believe in continual growth in development.
So good. Let me ask you this. There are people who resonate and connect really well with what you just mentioned in regards to knowing deep within there is more, and that they feel as though they need to do something specific to get to that next level. But there are people who have not decided to pay the price. I'm talking about two prices. I'm talking about the price of effort that has to go in, or the price in cost. Some people will work their way to a journey, but they're not having the growth level that they can have because they haven't gotten a coach that will allow them to crack the code to get to an elevated place faster than they would through pure grit. So my question to you is, what advice, what do you say about that whole concept of paying the price, be it effort or be it monetary means?
First of all, I would say my heart goes out to you because I too have been there. The very first investment that I made into a coach after acquiring a college degree, actually 3 degrees, the very first investment that I did was $6,500. Now, Ricardo, for me, that might as well had been $1 million because I didn't have $6,500. I'm not talking about I didn't have $6,500 to spare. I didn't have $6,500. But what was at stake? My destiny was at stake.
Yeah.
So I looked at my resources and I went to the scripture. In the scripture, the passage that spoke to me was the story of the widow woman. When there was a great debt that was owed and the prophet of God showed up on the scene. The prophet of God didn't deliver a word to get her to the next level. What the prophet of God did was ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
The question that the prophet asked was, what do you have in your house?
What do you have?
That's what I looked at. I went and I looked at, okay, I don't have $6,500. That might as well be $1 million. Those in my circle, I did not have the credibility. I did not have the relationship equity to borrow the money. I didn't have the credit. My credit was trash. It was garbage at that point in time. But I looked inside and I said, what do I have in my house? What I did have, Ricardo, was I had video equipment. I have a media business, a media agency, production company that we put ministries on television all over the world. And I had these cameras that were valuable. And so I looked there and I said, I have to invest in myself because my destiny is at stake. So I took the cameras that I used to make an income to exchange that in order to bet on myself, in order to create a lasting impact. When I sold those cameras, I don't say sold, I say sowed. SOWED. When I sold those cameras, what did I sow? I sowed the cameras into myself, into my destiny. I believe in naming your seed. I named that seed my destiny seed. I sowed those cameras into my destiny. I went to that event. I got in the room with the right people at the right place at the right time. So that way the right things can happen. And that's where I connected with one of the keynote speakers that's the world expert, the expert in the world in personality-based strategies. And he became my coach and he invested in me. And we've traveled the country together, speaking on some of the greatest stages at some of the greatest business conferences and ministry conferences around the US, as well as in Mexico. And the rest is history. But it took me taking that first step when I did not have. See, it's hard for me, but though my heart goes out to people, it's hard for me many times to hear someone when they say, I don't have the resources. I'm like, yeah, I know. I didn't either.
Mm.
But I often ask the question, what do you have in your house?
Wow. Yeah.
How desperate are you? How willing are you to exchange what's in your house that you're using to gain an income in order to exchange it to sow into yourself, so that way you can acquire the tools, the resources, the proven systems and strategies to make a long-lasting impact?
You know, Aaron, and that's what it's about. It's about making a lasting impact.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of people who would have lived a long time, but hadn't made a significant contribution in the earth because they had not paid the price. They had not stepped out to connect with their destiny through a divine covenant relationship where God needed them to align themselves with someone who can help them. I teach my clients, someone is assigned to help you. And that the greater the assignment on your life, the more people you're going to need to assist you with your assignment. And so it is okay. It's okay to say, I need help. And then there are some help you can't just pick up the phone and call. There's some help you don't have direct access to without signing up to a program or buying a book or attending an event. Let me ask you this. You know, can you share your insight on fostering a positive growth oriented mindset for continual development? Because really at the core, when you get that right, to me, you will pay for the book, you will pay for the master class, you will pay for the coach. What's your view?
You want me to share that?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm going to give you, a 60,000 foot overview of our mastermind that attendees are coming from all over the country to learn. I'm going to give you a quick overview. This is what I call leading yourself first. Okay. Your customized roadmap to success in 2024. And if you're taking notes, I want you to draw a box. Yeah. Just put a line down the middle vertically and put a line across horizontally, so that way you have four boxes. The upper left-hand corner, I want you to write this down, and I'll tell you what to write down, and then I'll explain them in just a quick moment. The first upper left-hand corner, put big wants. Upper right-hand corner, put what limitations. Below that, the bottom right-hand corner, number 3, who do I need to become? And then the bottom left, number 4, is who do I need speaking into my life? Wow. This is leading yourself first. Your customized roadmap to success in 2024. Big wants. Let's go back, number 1. Yeah. We help you identify according to your unique personality style. And I love it because people that attend our mastermind at the beginning of the year, we have it in February, so that way you create a customized roadmap for success for the entire year, and you have it. And the thing about it, those who have teams, those oftentimes they bring it back to their family and they duplicate this system, and that's what it's meant for you to duplicate, for you to use day after day, time after time, year after year. So the big wants, we help you identify what is it that you want? What do you really want? Here's a scripture. You can help me with it, Ricardo. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will what?
Give you the desires of your heart.
He will give you your big wants.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have an 8-year-old and an 18-year-old. In a couple of weeks, my wife and I will be married 26 years. Yes, the 8-year-old and 18-year-old are with the same woman. Yes, praise God for that. Big gap.
Mm-hmm.
The 8-year-old, it's okay for when I ask her, Ava, what do you want? What do you really want? And the answer is okay if she says, and this is what I get, Daddy, I just want what you want.
Mm.
Or what do you want me to want? That's okay. She's 8.
Yeah.
But my 18-year-old, if I say, Ashlyn, what do you really want? And I often ask her this. It's not acceptable for her to say, Daddy, I just want what you want. So in this first quadrant, we help those who come to identify what do you really want. So what is the target? If we don't have a target on what that end in mind is, then when we reach it, how are we going to even know that we reached it? Or what's going to happen is that we're going to trip up on success and not have a repeatable, duplicatable, rinse, repeat system in order to continue the process of getting what it is that we want. So we help you identify what is it that you want. Not only what is it that you want, but what do you want now? Write this under that first quadrant of big wants. What do you want now? What do you want eventually? And what do you want ultimately? A follow-up question to that, Ricardo, is when is now?
Yeah.
When is eventually? Put a timetable on that.
Yeah.
When is ultimately? Let's move on. We dive in deep. One whole day we spend on this customized roadmap to success. The next quadrant, we identified, okay, what do we want? But then the next quadrant, we help identify what are the current limitations that are prohibiting us. What are the natural limitations? I know we're faith people, Ricardo, but in the natural, what are the limitations that are prohibiting, that are mountains in our lives, in our business, in our personal and professional relationships that would impede, that would stand in the way of us getting what it is that we want?
Yeah.
We identify the limitations, and then we identify the next steps that we can take in order to break those limiting beliefs, break those limitations. There's a total exercise, a transformational exercise that we do that is typically the pinnacle of the event. Below that, so we identify what do we want, we identify what are the limitations, and then we take it a step further. Who do I need to become in order to get what it is that I want? We're taking it from the premise of you have to grow there before you ever go there. Who do I need to become? Who do I need to grow into to get what I want? All of us want a place at the big table. All of us want to get in the room with high-level decision makers, but very few are willing to pay the price to grow themselves to get to that place. You and I have talked about this before, where the scripture says, your gift will make room for you, and it will set you before great men.
Yep.
I truly believe that the more that you grow and develop your gift, the greater level of influencers that God prepares a table and opens up doors and gives you access to sit in front of. Who do I need to become? Then the final quadrant, and we spend a lot of time in this, is that we identify who are the who's,
Mm.
who are the coaches, who are the voices, who are the influencers that I need to speak into my life so that way I can become, so that way I can break free from the limitations in order, and it circles all back to that big wants, in order to acquire or get those big wants or get those big results that God truly has put in our heart. See, I truly believe that God has given each and every one of you who are viewing this, and Ricardo, He's given us big dreams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dreams where no limits, with no limitations. Our mastermind is in, you were there with me
Yeah.
just a couple of days ago. Our
Yep.
mastermind is in a no limit atmosphere
Yeah.
in downtown Dallas. 48th floor, looking over the big skyscrapers in downtown Dallas. Why do we do that? We could have it in a basement. We could have it at a library.
Yeah.
We could rent a small hotel ballroom. Why do we do it in such a grand space? It's because we want to get you in a place to where every limitation is removed from your vision. That when you look out, you can envision and seeing yourself conquering and taking possession of the city and dominating in your realm of authority. But that won't happen without knowing what it is that you want, identifying the limitations that are there, and taking the necessary steps to break free from those limiting beliefs. It won't happen until we become who it is that we need to become, until we grow there, before we go there. And it will not happen without the right coaches, without the right voices taking us to that next level.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're joined with my friend and brother. He is providing practical tips for winning this year. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. If you're excited about this new year, go ahead and say Happy New Year in the comment section. But not only do I want you to do that, I want you to take notes. Go back and watch what was said, because this is your winning year. I'm talking about winning in the areas you need to win in, because God did not create you to live from crisis to crisis. You know, Aaron, we're bringing our talk to a close, and I want you to tell our viewing audience how they can connect with you. You have a great mastermind class. This master class is coming up. That's in Dallas. Listen, as you mentioned, you and I got a chance to meet together in the space where this class is going to be at. I believe it's going to be life-changing. And there are some of our viewers who need to be in that time of training and equipping. Tell our viewing audience what they can do to connect with you before it's too late and they find themselves in March and says, man, I remember there was an event that I felt I needed to be a part of, but I missed the window. How can they connect with you to ensure that they don't miss that window?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for that, Ricardo. You didn't have to give me this plug, but thank you for the opportunity. And I would say for your viewing audience, what I want to do, because I would really value you being there, and I know that it's going to be a sacrifice. It's going to be an investment, minimal investment, but it will be an investment. And I'm willing to give your viewers 50% off. By the time that this airs, there will be a discount code that'll be specific. Maybe you could put the discount code in the comments somewhere, Ricardo, to give your viewing audience 50% off to attend the mastermind. But you can go to legacyleadership.academy/mastermind. That's a landing page with the details there. If you would like to email me personally, maybe there's a particular situation, I'm willing to work with you. I'm willing to work with you. You can email me at info@aaronantillon.com. Info@aaronantillon.com. cultivate.com. Let me know what you're thinking. Let's jump on a call, quick 10-minute call, and let's see what we can do to work together so that way we can make sure that you make 2024 this year your greatest year.
That is so cool. Listen, that is so bullseye. That is so intact with what I've been feeling. And that is, this is the year for you to set yourself up to win. So what I'm asking you guys to do is go ahead and connect. What I'll do is I will definitely put that information in the caption, and I'll also put it in the comment section when we're done. Listen, guys, this is your year to do a few things different to get you to a place that you have never been before. Okay, someone is assigned to help you, and you've heard Aaron just now just really provide some practical truth that leans towards something that your spirit was connecting with, and you just need now to make the connection. So he provided his contact information. Connect with him today. Listen, also, if you're watching us for the very first time on YouTube or on Facebook, please follow the page, subscribe to our channel. We're going to be doing a number of talks today because I want to challenge people to win. We're talking today on marriage. We're talking today on children. We're talking today on health. We're talking today on faith. And just now we're talking about winning and leadership and business. All today, we're challenging you not to be normal. Don't do what everybody else is doing. Decide to go the narrow way. Decide to be the difference maker in your family, in your community, in your world. And so with that, Aaron, once again, thank you for joining me. We're going to have to do this again, my brother.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So listen, Happy New Year to you, man. I'm excited about all that you're doing. I'm excited about all that we're going to get to do through effective living. Man, keep being the example you are, not only to me and to so many others.
Thank you so much. God bless you guys.
God bless you guys. Happy New Year's, everybody.